On the 2nd of October 1869, a little boy named Mohandas Gandhi was born in Porbandar, India. This boy would grow up to be known across the world as Mahatma Gandhi, a title that means great soul.
His family was simple. His father was a Diwan, a chief minister. His mother, Putlibai, was a deeply religious woman. She instilled in young Mohandas the values of peace, tolerance, and vegetarianism. These values would stay with him throughout his life.
Life in Porbandar was peaceful. Gandhi was a shy and quiet child. He loved to wander in nature and care for animals. He went to the local school where he was a good student, though a little bit shy. Even then, he had a strong sense of right and wrong, always standing up for what he believed in.
Gandhi, eager to learn and grow, traveled to England to study law. This was a big step for him, leaving India for the first time. In England, he faced challenges and prejudice. He experienced firsthand the difficulties of being different, of being a minority in a foreign land.
Despite these hurdles, Gandhi excelled in his studies. He also encountered new ideas and people that would influence his thinking. He was particularly drawn to the writings of Leo Tolstoy, whose ideas on non-violence and simple living resonated deeply with him.
After completing his law degree, Gandhi returned to India. He was eager to use his knowledge to serve his people. He set up a law practice in Bombay, hoping to fight for justice and fairness. However, he soon realized that the legal system often favored the powerful and wealthy. He felt disillusioned and began to question the true meaning of justice.
Gandhi's life took an unexpected turn when he received an offer to work in South Africa. He accepted, seeing it as an opportunity to experience a new part of the world. South Africa, however, was a land deeply divided by racial segregation.
Gandhi, despite being a lawyer, found himself treated as a second-class citizen because of his race. He was shocked by the discrimination and injustice faced by Indians in South Africa. One day, on a train journey, Gandhi was thrown out of a first-class compartment. He had a valid ticket, but he was told that Indians were not allowed in first class.
This incident was a turning point for Gandhi. He realized that he could no longer be a silent observer to injustice. He had to act. He had to resist. Section 4, the birth of Satyagraha.
Gandhi, inspired by his experiences, developed a new form of resistance, Satyagraha. This philosophy, rooted in truth and non-violence, called for resisting injustice through peaceful means. Gandhi believed in the power of love and truth to overcome hate and oppression. He organized protests and campaigns, urging Indians in South Africa to stand up for their rights. He encouraged them to boycott unjust laws, to refuse to cooperate with discrimination. He taught them to remain peaceful and dignified, even in the face of violence.
Gandhi's methods were met with resistance from the South African government. He was arrested and imprisoned several times, but he never wavered. He believed that suffering for a just cause was a badge of honor. He endured the hardships of prison with remarkable courage and resilience. Gandhi's unwavering commitment to Satyagraha began to gain international attention. People around the world were inspired by his courage and his message of nonviolent resistance. He showed the world that it was possible to fight injustice without resorting to violence. Section 5. Gandhi returns to India. A nation awakens.
After over 20 years in South Africa, Gandhi returned to India in 1915. He was welcomed back as a hero, a symbol of hope for a nation struggling for freedom from British rule. Gandhi, deeply moved by the plight of his people, threw himself into the Indian independence movement. He traveled the length and breadth of India, connecting with the masses, understanding their struggles. He saw the poverty, the illiteracy, the exploitation that plagued his countrymen. Gandhi knew that India needed more than just political independence. It needed social and economic justice.
Gandhi launched a series of non-violent movements against British rule. He called for a boycott of British goods, encouraging Indians to spin their own cloth and become self-reliant. He led the Salt March, a powerful demonstration against the British salt tax. He called for Quit India, urging the British to leave India and grant it independence. Gandhi's leadership galvanized the Indian people. Millions joined his movement, inspired by his message of truth, non-violence, and self-rule. He united people across religions, castes, and languages, creating a powerful force for change. Section 6. The Price of Freedom, Partition and its Aftermath.
India's hard-won independence came at a heavy price. The country was partitioned into India and Pakistan. This led to widespread violence and displacement. Gandhi was devastated by the bloodshed and suffering. He had always believed in a united India where Hindus and Muslims could live together in peace. He tirelessly campaigned for peace and harmony, urging people to lay down their arms and embrace each other as brothers and sisters. He undertook fasts, putting his own life at risk to appeal for peace and understanding.
Gandhi's efforts, though heroic, could not fully heal the wounds of partition. The violence left deep scars on the subcontinent. Yet even in the face of such adversity, Gandhi never lost faith in humanity. He continued to preach love, forgiveness, and reconciliation. Section 7. The Mahatma's Legacy and Enduring Light.
On January 30th, 1948, Mahatma Gandhi was assassinated. He was shot dead by a Hindu extremist who opposed his message of peace and reconciliation. The world mourned the loss of this extraordinary man who had dedicated his life to peace and justice. Gandhi's death was a tragic loss, but his life and teachings continue to inspire. He showed the world that even the most powerful empires can be challenged through peaceful resistance. He demonstrated the transformative power of truth, love, and nonviolence.
Gandhi's legacy extends far beyond the borders of India. He inspired movements for civil rights and social justice across the globe. Leaders like Martin Luther King Jr. and Nelson Mandela drew inspiration from his teachings. Gandhi's message of peace and non-violence continues to resonate in a world often torn apart by conflict and division.